day to each and every one of you. We know that 2022 election is coming this summer, and we need to educate ourselves about how to cast our vote. In every election, voter and civic education are necessary to ensure that all constituents men and women alike understand their rights, the political system, the contest they are being asked to decide, and how and where to vote. For an election, to be successful democratic, voters must understand their rights and responsibilities and must be sufficiently knowledgeable and well-informed to cast ballots that are legally valid and to participate fully in the voting process. Voters and civic education are even more critical in post-conflict countries, where political situation may be volatile and where elections may have an unprecedented impact on the country's future. The term voter education is generally used to describe the dissemination of information, materials, and programs designed to inform voters about the specific mechanics of the voting process for a particular election. Voter education involves providing information on who is eligible to vote, where and how to register, how electors can check the voters list to ensure they have been duly included, what type of elections are being held, and where, when, and how to vote, who the candidates are, and how the file completes.
Functions of elections. Elections make a fundamental contribution to democratic governance because direct democracy, a form of government in which political decisions are made directly to the entire body of qualified citizens, is impractical in most modern societies. Democratic government must be conducted through representative elections enable voters to select leaders and to hold them accountable for their performance in office. Accountability can be undermined when elected leaders do not care whether they are re-elected or win. One party or coalition is so dominant that there is effectively no choice for voters among alternative candidates. Nevertheless, possibility of controlling leaders by requiring them to submit regular and periodic elections help solve the problem of succession in leadership and thus contribute to the continuation of democracy. Moreover, where the elections process in competitive and forces candidates or parties to expose their record and future intentions to popular scrutiny, elections serve as forums for the discussions of public issues and facilitates the expression of public opinion. Elections thus provide political education for citizens and ensure the responsiveness of democratic government to the will of people. They also serve to legitimize the act of those who will power a function that is performed to some extent even by elections that are non-competitive.
Elections also reinforce the stability and legitimacy of the political community, like national holidays commemorating common experiences. Elections link citizens to each other and thereby confirm the viability of the polity. As a result, elections help to facilitate social and political integration. Finally, elections serve a self-actualizing purpose by confirming the worth and dignity of the individual citizens as human beings. Whatever other needs voters may have, participation in an election serves to reinforce their self-esteem and self-respect. Voting gives people an opportunity to have their say and through expressing partisanship to satisfy their need to feel a sense of belonging. Even non-voting satisfy the need of some people to express their alienation from the political community. For precisely their reason, the long battle for the right to vote and the demand for equality in electoral participation can be viewed as the manifestation of a profound human craving for personal fulfillment.
Whether held under authoritarian or democratic regimes, elections have a ritualistic aspect. Elections and the campaign preceding them are dramatic events that are accompanied by rallies, banners, posters, buttons, headlines, and television coverage, all of which call attention to the importance of participation in the event. Candidates, political parties, and interest groups representing diverse objectives invoke the symbols of nationalism or patriotism, reform or revolution, past glory of future promise, whatever the peculiar national, regional, or local variation. Elections are events that by accruing emotions and channeling them toward collective symbols, break the monotony of daily life and focus attention on the common faith. Our voting practices, like vote buying, is when candidate or candidates subordinate to pay citizens a favorable amount of money for them in exchange for a vote. Next is voting by popularity. Popular vote in indirect election is the total number of votes received in the first phase election as opposed to the votes cast by those elected that take part in the final election. Important are: first is we elect our official directly. Next, official serves for fixed terms. And also, officials are directly accountable to the people.
Hello po, andito po ako sa isang mall at maghahanap po ako ng pwedeng tanungan about our election. Ito si ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Pwede po ba ako magtanong about election lang po? If okay lang. Okay. Gaano po kaimportante bilang isang mamamayan ang mga registered voters at gaano kaimportante ang iyong boto?
Okay. Gaano ka-importante maging isang registered voter? Importante yun sa atin. Especially, yun yung nagpapaano sa atin kasi tayo miyembro ng ating bansa. So, kung magiging registered voter tayo, meron tayong karapatan para pumili kung sino yung sa tingin natin ay tamang mga leaders para magpatakbo ng mga laws na kailangan natin sa bansa. Saka, isa na rin doon kung isa kang bona fide voter, may karapatan kang iano sa ating bansa ang iyong mga nais parating. At saka isa na rin doon ang rason ay para may ambag ka. Isang malaking ambag ang pagiging registered voter sa ating bansa. Yung every vote natin is counted. So, importante yun. Kung gaano siya ka-importante para sa akin is malaking bagay siya. Kasi yun yung magpapatunay sa atin na isa tayong Pilipino, isa tayong miyembro ng ating mamamayan dito sa ating.
Sige ma'am, thank you ma'am. Tapos na si ma'am. Maghahanap pa tayo ng ibang tatanungin about the elections. Hello sir.
Hello po.
Pwede ko bang kunin yung maliit na oras nyo para for the question? Sige po. Gaano po ka-importante bilang isang mamamayan ang ma-registered voters at gaano ka-importante ang iyong boto?
Importante talaga na dapat registered voters tayo. Kasi ito yung magiging boses natin para makapili tayo ng tamang leader na mamumuno sa ating bansa. At kailangan ng ating boto upang mahalal ang mga taong karapat-dapat sa posisyon. Kasi kung hindi tayo botante, hindi rin natin mariraise ang ating concerns sa ating government at hindi tayo mabibigyan ng agarang aksyon. So kaya, kailangan registered voter tayo para may ambag tayo sa ating bansa. Yan lang po. Salamat!
Wow, kaganda naman. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Sige.
What would you like to see change in our political system?
I would like to elect an honest politician. So many of today's politicians just say what will make everyone happy without doing anything.
What changes do you hope to see in Philippines as a result of this election?
For me, the Philippines will become easier to live in, and hopefully, the Democrats will win, because this will help to do that. And after all, the president is a Democrat. That means there will be less opposing forces battling to get their way.
Did you vote in every election?
Yes, I vote in every election because some of my ancestors could not. I just feel that it is my duty to continue vote since they never will have that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Voting is our right. It is the most basic reason to vote as a citizen. Voting is your way of getting a say in the issue that your country faces and how to take them. Now, I will interview Chona May Tim Kang a few questions about what is her take about election. So the first question would be, what changes do you hope to see in Philippines?
The changes I'm hoping to see in our country are the reduction of the poverty, the improvement of country's internet connection, and lastly, I'm hoping that the Philippines will also prioritize our education system.
The second question would be, what would you like to see change in our political system?
What I notice is that most of the politicians nowadays are good at what they say but do nothing. So the change I'd like to see in our political system is that the promises they made to the Filipino citizens are true. And after that, I'm hoping that they follow with an action.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Jonah, for your time. And I am so grateful that you joined us in our interview.
Right. R stands for righteousness. A candidate who governs righteously does not accept or offer bribes and leads an example of eradicating graft and corruption within his area of influence. I. Integrity. A person in integrity is not a perfect individual. Rather, he or she is someone who desires to be accountable to those he leads. His walk should match his talk, and his public image must not be a result of a clever media makeover, but should be based on a solid character of trustworthiness. G. Giftedness. A candidate for a public office must have the qualifications and abilities necessary to be out his or her responsibilities successfully. A candidate needs more than an impressive pedigree or diplomas, but must also have the strengths, personality, traits, and inmate capabilities needed to serve in the particular office he or she seeks to serve in. Some candidate will be a good executives but will make for mediocre lawmakers or legislators and vice versa. H. Heart. The heart, in my opinion, is the most important characteristic not only of a leader but also of every single citizen of this country. This is true because the heart of the problem of this nation is the problem of the heart. Genuine change should come from the inside out. Yes, all of us are already tired of lawlessness, yet many of us contribute to this lawlessness. T. Track record. Look for your candidate's track record in a previously held public office, or if he or she is entering politics for the first time. Consider how this candidate has proven himself or herself in his chosen profession or area of expertise before running for office. You need to also be informed about your candidate's track record in the other points of the guidelines I have just explained to you. Do you see a good pattern of righteous governance, integrity, giftedness, and heart? If you do, then your candidate is one leader you should vote for and support.
Your vote will be the ones who holds the future. If you choose to have peace society, you need a good leader with a wise decision for all the people, not to leader who only thinks what he or she thinks what's right.